Good evening, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Danielle, and I normally do videos with my best friend Stefanie, but sometimes we'll also be doing videos by ourselves because we unfortunately don't live together anymore, and we always have to work out all those issues of connecting together to make videos together. And so, but we'll be making videos together in the future as well. Also, so you'll see us doing videos together, doing videos by ourselves individually as well, so that we'll be able to post up more content in a timely fashion. I'll say maybe a couple times per week, depending, and the quality will be getting better as we improve with doing videos and getting everything situated. So for today, not much is going on except for the devastating fires going on in California, and I'm still wearing a mask because it's still smoky where I live, even though I'm not that close to fire, but still. And aside from that, you know, that's all we got major going on, and we're hoping that Wednesday we'll get some rain, so it will help with the smokiness. And my heart goes out to everyone that's affected by it, and hopefully once everything has settled and the fires have been extinguished, things can start going towards rebuilding lives and houses one by one, you know. So today for you, I have article for discussion, and the links to articles and videos will always be linked below, and I forgot to save the link to this article, so hopefully I'll be able to find it again for you guys and link it below. So the topic for discussion today is why it's easier to make decisions for someone else. And they're talking about versus making decisions for yourself, because it's easier to know what's best for the other person versus what is totally best for you. So I'm gonna read the article and comment as I go, and make commentary as I go along. So why is it easier to see the, and this article, it comes from the Harvard Business Review. Why is it easier to see the best solution to other people's dilemma than your own? Because when there's something wrong with yourself, you may not realize that that there's something to fix, or maybe you really don't know how to fix it, and maybe you're waiting for someone else to come around and tell you what to do. And then when you see something wrong with other people, like I have a tendency to do, you just want to go there, you just comment. If you know them, you'll go there and comment and tell them how to fix it. Of course, if you don't know them, hopefully you're just going to be quiet and not say anything, you know, even though you really want to. Because when I see things that should be a different way, I would want to comment and fix it. But if you don't know the person, even if you know the person, if it's not the right time and place to say something, then it's like you shouldn't. Whether it's about someone deciding to pursue a new job or ask for a raise, or someone simply mulling over which ice cream flavor to choose, we seem to see the best solution with a clarity and decisiveness that is often absent when we face our own quandaries. People have different mindset when choosing for others. An adventurous mindset that stands in search and research. That stands in contrast to most cautious mindsets, which rears when people make their own choices. In research with Yi Liu and Yongfang Liu of East China Normal University in China and Jiangli Zhao of Zhangjiang Normal University in China, we looked at how people make decisions for themselves and for others. We are interested in the process of quantity of information a decision maker uses when choosing for others versus choosing for the self. We wanted to know, is more information searched in the process when people choose for others versus for themselves, and does the way they evaluate that information change based on whom they are choosing for? I guess when you are making a decision for others, you might end up doing more research because you don't want to give the wrong choice. You don't want to help someone choose the wrong choice, because then in turn they'll get mad at you, or they'll have a faulty, let's say, product used because you didn't help them do their research and find the right one, and you just told them to go use whatever. When it's yourself, if you're like trying to make a decision on whether to do one thing or the other, or buy one product versus the other, if you don't make the right decision, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world for yourself, because if it doesn't work out, maybe you can just return the product and try the other one, or have to recap your losses later if it didn't work out, you know? So trial and error for yourself is easier, because the other person, then they won't need your advice if they're just going to go in and end up doing the same thing. Trial and error also, you know, because they don't need your help if it goes south and they lost money in the process. To test our hypothesis, we performed 8 studies with over 1,000 participants. Throughout the series of randomized tests, participants were given a list of restaurants or job options or dating profiles, each with detailed information, and then participants were asked to make choices for themselves or for someone else based on that information. In my opinion, restaurants, I mean, you can't go wrong with choosing a restaurant for someone. It's 50-50. Either they'll like it or they won't, you know? A job option, it's not necessary. You can help them decide, but truthfully, they have to decide for themselves. In most jobs, you have to at least test it out for a short period of time before seeing if it's like right for you. And you know, and you can help them pick out jobs based on the criteria they want, or you can help them set up some criteria, you know. And dating profiles, yeah, if you know them and you're their friend, you can help, or their family member, you can help them set up a dating profile to find someone. And I mean, even if you help them choose someone, it's just a preliminary choice. They're going to date them and see if it works out, you know. I mean, helping them get out there is not necessarily a bad thing. What we found was twofold. Not only did participants choose differently when it was for themselves rather than for someone else, but the way they chose was different. When choosing for themselves, participants focused more on a granular level, zoning in on the minutiae, something we described in our research as cautious mindset. Employing a cautious mindset when making a choice means being more reserved, deliberate, and risk-averse, rather than exploring and collecting a plethora of options. The cautious mindset prefers to consider a few at a time, or a deeper level, examining cross-section of the larger whole. See, when you're choosing for someone else, your research is going to be extensive. When you're researching for yourself, it might not be as, meticulous. But when it came to deciding for others, study participants looked more at an array of options focused on their overall impression. They were bolder, operating from what was called an adventurous mindset. Adventurous mindset prioritizes novelty over a deeper dive into what those options actually consist of. The ability of numerous choices is more appealing than other viability. Simply put, they preferred and examined more information before making a choice. My previous research has shown they recommended their choice to others with more gusto. Okay, I was wrong. It's the other way around. You zone in and look at the minute detail of the one thing maybe that you're set on, or the few things that you would like to choose. But when you're helping someone else decide, you look at everything in perspective as a whole, and you're more adventurous and in suggesting things to them, and for yourself you're more cautious and just like going with the few things that you want, because you might be scared of what the outcome might be, and when you're helping someone else, you just want them to try everything out and get out there and see where the adventure will take them. These findings align with my earlier work with Kyle Emick of University of Delaware on how people are more creative on behalf of others. When we are brainstorming ideas to other people's problems, we're inspired. We have a free flow of ideas to spread out on the table without judgment, second guessing, or overthinking. These results should feel similar. Think about the most recent time you asked for a raise. Many people initially afraid to ask, employing a cautious mindset. However, these same people are often very supportive in recommending to others, such as their friends or colleagues that they ask, employing an adventurous mindset. People recommend what others should do. They come up with ideas and choices and solutions that are more optimistic and action-oriented. Focus on more positive information and imagine more favorable consequences. Meanwhile, when making their own choices, people tend to envision everything that could go wrong, leading to doubt and second guesses. So it goes that when you're helping other people decide, just tell them, go for it. It can't hurt. But when you're thinking for yourself, sometimes you can be too scared and thinking of the what ifs, and you get scared to just go and do it. Sometimes you have no choice. You just have to do it, and whatever happens, happens. How can this research be applied? First, we believe that it suggests that everyone should have a mentor or a blunt friend who can help see and act on better evidence. I believe that everyone has that one friend who will be upfront with them and give them the advice that they want, even though if it hurts. Because I've done that before. I've just given people advice like they want to hear, and if they get mad at me and don't want to talk to me again, or need time away from me until they can let it go, then fine, I mean, if people are scared of the truth, there's nothing you can do. But as a friend, you have to let them know it so they can do something about it, or whatever. We should also work to distance ourselves from our own problems by adopting a fly-on-the-wall perspective. In this mindset, we can act as our own advisors. Indeed, it may even be effective to refer to yourself in the third person, considering an important decision as though you're addressing someone else. Instead of asking yourself, what should I do? Ask yourself, what should you do? Yeah, so put yourself in your friend's shoes, as if they're the one giving you the advice, and then go from there and take it. I mean, if anyone gives you advice, they're not just running their mouth. Most people who are genuine, they honestly want to give you advice and you try it and see if it works. So they're trying to help you out, And if you need to make a decision and nobody's there that you can talk to, then yeah, it's a good idea to try the third person and pretend you're the friend who's giving you the advice. Another distancing technique is to pretend that your decision is someone else's and visualize it from his or her perspective. This can be very easy when thinking of famous exemplars, such as how Steve Jobs would make your decision. By imagining how someone else would tackle your problem, people may unwittingly help themselves. If you know a famous person and how they think and how they might give you advice, then you can play the third person role and use them. Like the example they gave here was Steve Jobs. So you can envision him and how he would handle the situation and make your and do as he might do in the same situation and see if it works. Perhaps the easiest solution is to let others make our decisions for us. By outsourcing our choices, we can take advantage of growing markets of firms and apps that make it increasingly easier for people to pitch their decisions to others. For example, people can have their clothes, food, books, or home decor options chosen for them by others. I mean, you just plug and play. Yeah, there are lots of apps for that. You just plug and play, like you take a picture of your room and then put it into an app, and someone will decorate it for you. And then if you like that, or you want to take the decision work out of it, then you just go and pick that one and then buy all the stuff and decorate your room the same way, and there, that takes out the stress of having to decide for yourself. And food to eat, I mean, that's for home decor, and clothes too. They have stylists now that you can pay that will help put on a wardrobe for you. Maybe some new outfits or something that you may already have in your closet. You just take pictures of them and send it to them, and they'll create capsule wardrobes for you, and then those will last you every season. You'll have something to wear every season with all the clothes you have that someone already picked out for you. You don't have to think twice about how it will look for different occasions. And for books, of course, you just go online and see book ideas. They say you're interested in nonfiction. You can go to places, you type in what you're interested in, they'll give you a whole list of books of nonfiction and what other really narrow subjects, to narrow it down to a list of 10 books that you'll be interested in reading, and then you just go down the list and tackle those books to read. And for food, I mean, you just go into an app and you put in what you like, and it will find a restaurant for you, and you just go there and eat your meal for the day. Our research underscores a basic human desire. We want to feel like we've made a difference. We are wired for connection with others, and an interesting part of making decisions for other people is that it is possible to have a bigger impact. Since managers and leaders are tasked with making decisions for others on multiple levels, everything from daily minutiae to personal conflicts to long-term strategic planning, our results point the way to helping these employees find greater ways for creativity, effectiveness, and fulfillment in their work. I mean, there's so many ways to help you make decisions and help you bring out your creative self and help you with work and all that stuff. So the decision-making process can be easier for you, and you don't have to deal with it all yourself. Whether it's asking someone else for advice and to make a decision for you, or help you make a decision, or downloading an app that you just plug in information and it will generate decisions for you, Whatever it may be, I think people want to find the easier way to make the decisions in their life for them, so they won't have to worry about that stress and anxiety for themselves. And it goes, if you're giving advice to other people, it's the same thing. They don't want to have to deal with it, so they're going to come to you and say which one you should do. Sometimes they'll pick the one you don't choose just because, well, maybe they'll be nice and pick the one you actually choose, but however they make their decisions is up to them. But as long as your opinion was valid, then I think it's okay to go ahead and make a decision. Help them make a decision. Because for me, I give people advice and help them choose things if they're going to take it. Because if they don't want to take it and they just ask me for the sake of asking and nothing of it, then I don't really feel like giving it. Anyway, thank you everyone. This was my opinion for this article. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video tonight. Hope you all will go and subscribe and like my channel, and you can make comments below. Or send me email about topics you want me to discuss, and any positive comments you may have or constructive criticism that will help me make things better. For right now, I'm just using what my computer's given me to make and edit these videos, and hopefully things will get better in the future, and if it works out, then I'll invest in better software. But for now, I'm just going to use what is given to me with my computer and go from there. Thank you, and have a nice rest of your Monday night. Bye, everyone.